Hi everyone. We will today discuss about the Gordon Howe International Bridge Project, and along with my teammates Luciana Gumares, Vinu Khanna, Shiva Reddy, and Shivasai Reddy Paidi. So we will walk you through a complete project management analysis of major cross-border infrastructure initiatives. So the bridge is not a construction project. It's a massive binational effort requiring strong coordination, risk management, communication, and a long-term planning. So throughout this presentation, we'll look at how the project was initiated and how the planning was structured and how the team has managed the risks and how communication was maintained across two nations. And finally, we'll discuss whether the project is considered to be a success or not. So our goal is to highlight how PMBOK principles were put in practice in the real world of mega projects.
Hello, everyone. To begin, let's look at how the project was initiated and what the primary planning efforts looked like. The overall objective was very clear: build a 1.5-mile international bridge connecting the United States and Canada that could support heavy commercial traffic, streamline border inspection process, and create safer, more efficient travel. This required not only the construction of the bridge itself, but also the development of major ports of entry on both sides, tolling systems, inspection facilities, and improvements to the I-75 interchange in Michigan. What made the planning phase strong was the team's commitment to PMBOK aligned project management practices. The project had a well-defined governance structure and relied heavily on predictive planning tools such as schedule modeling and early risk identifications. The scope was extremely large, involving multiple construction sites, environmental requirements, and community benefit initiatives designed to support surrounding neighborhoods. In terms of time and cost, the project was planned around a 74 months construction schedule, targeting completion at the end of 2024, with a total estimate cost of Canadian dollars 5.7 billion. These parameters created a clear baseline for the project team to monitor and control progress.
Now I'm going to discuss about initiating and planning. When we move deeper into the planning phase, the next major step is understanding the stakeholders. A project of the scale involved in a long list of contributors. At the center, at the center was the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority serving the public oversight body. The private bridging not in America was responsible for designing, building, and financing, operating, and maintaining bridge. Then we have the Canadians and US federal agencies, each with their own borders and regulatory requirements. Local communication, labor groups, and business also played major roles since they were directly affected by the project economy and environment impact. Each stakeholder had a different expectation. Local residents wanted job opportunities and responsible environmental practices. Government agencies prioritize safety and security and smooth border operation. Businesses focus on reduced delays and improved trade follow. Balancing these expectations was a major challenge. The project also faced several intel risks such as executing the land on the both sides of the border, navigating multiple regulatory frameworks, meeting more than a 450 environmental conditions, and aligning two countries' operational and political interests. This project had to plan these elements carefully to avoid setbacks and ensure smooth execution.
Okay. I'll be explaining about the execution, monitoring, and controlling of the risks. As the project moved into execution, risk management became one of the strongest elements of the team's strategy. They didn't wait for problems to appear. They used predictive schedule analysis and scenario modeling every month to anticipate these issues. This allowed the team to analyze what would happen if a certain activity slipped and how it might affect the critical path or the overall timeline. Several major risks stood out. Schedule delays were always a possibility, especially considering how construction activity depended on cross-border alignment. Regularity approvals could shift at any time, adding pressure to adjust plans. Environmental requirements were extremely strict, and failing to meet them could halt construction. These were also risks around cost escalations and conflicts between stakeholder expectations. What made the project strong was how proactively the team responded. Risks were identified early, and the mitigation strategies were updated regularly. The Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority maintained close oversight, and communication channels were kept open so that any concern, whether technical or it may be environmental or political, could be addressed before it became the major issue. This steady approach to risk management helped the project stay stable even when uncertainties arise or arose.
I will be speaking about communications we made through the project. Another area where the project excelled was communication because this was a binational public-private partnership. Maintaining consistent communication across all groups was absolutely essential. We had US agencies, Canadian agencies, local governments, community organizations, and private contractors, all needing the same information at the same time. To make this work, the team implemented biweekly and monthly progress meetings, along with biweekly cross border coordination calls. These meetings ensured that both countries were aligned on port of entry requirements, security needs, and inspection processes. The project also put strong emphasis on community outreach. Residents received updates on construction activities, environmental protections, and workforce development opportunities. This helped build trust and prevented misinformation. At the leadership level, executive meetings reviewed project performance, escalated critical issues, and made strategic decisions to keep the project on track. Because the communication structure was so clear and consistent, the project was able to move forward without major confusion or stakeholder conflict.
So I'll be discussing, was the project successful? If yes, why? And if not, why not? So after reviewing the project all across all major PMBOK areas, our team concludes that the Gordie Howe International Bridge project was indeed successful. So there are several important reasons for this conclusion. So first being the project used PMBOK aligned governance, which ensured discipline, structured approach across all phases. And second, the leadership demonstrated strong risk management using predictive tools and early mitigation strategies instead of reacting after problems occur. Third, the project was able to achieve early milestones such as property acquisitions and the completion of foundation structures on schedule. Fourth, the collaboration between the US and the Canadian was highly effective, so which is impressive given the political and administrative differences between the two nations. Fifth, the project earned recognition for excellence in environmental, social, governance, and governance performance, showing that the team cared not only about the structural success, but also the community and the environmental access. And finally, the community benefits plan that made a meaningful difference in the local neighborhood by supporting workforce development, engaging in small businesses, and investing in environmental and cultural initiatives. So together, these outcomes demonstrate that the project have achieved both its technical goals and its social missions.
So these are the references that supported our analysis, including the official case study, the PMBOK guide, and standard templates for risk and communication planning. They helped us evaluate the project through a professional project management lens. Thank you.